Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of, just basically looking at board card games. Today I've got a card game for you, Ultimate Werewolf. So, I was basically learnt about Ultimate Werewolf when I was at work at a board card game, internet cafe sort of place. When after work on a few nights, I think we did it like 2 or 3 times. We basically had 30, somewhere between 30 and 40 people rock up, and we did Ultimate Werewolf. I have to say, I had a lot of fun with it. I find it really freaking hard to keep track of things though. Have fun with this, but I do prefer things like Secret Hitler where you've only got 10 people to worry about instead of 30. But it is still a lot of fun. So with this, there's a rule book in there, which there you go. Ultimate rules. So there's that. A little, I'm not really sure what that is. That thing. And a notepad so that you can keep track of all your villages, as it were, and a setup page. So that's what there is. Then there are a lot of cards. So to just go through a few things, Ultimate Werewolf is 5 to 75 players. That's right, 75. It says that it goes between 30 and 90 minutes. I recall doing those games with 30 odd people and having it go for probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I think, if I recall correctly, I think we did 3 games between 5 o'clock when I finished and basically 11 o'clock when I left. So, that averages out at about 2 hours a session. So, yeah. And it's for 13 and up. So that's pretty much it. The only other things in the box are all these wonderful cards, which all have a roll on them, like all social deduction games. I will just go through them. Some of them there will be multiples of, but I'll try and, I don't know what my cat's doing. But yeah, we'll just try and skip over ones that there are multiples of. So, Vampire, who I haven't actually, I should take them out of the packaging as well, so that it doesn't glare at you. Vampire, ooh. So, if I can get the lighting right, it's not focusing very well. Focus. Somewhere around there. Anyway, Vampire. Each night, choose a player. That player is eliminated when a player gets their second accusation the next day. I've never actually used a vampire, so I was actually reading that just before. And second accusation, because I know that if you say someone accuses somebody, then it needs to be second. Does it mean that when that happens, or do they have to go through the voting process and then get accused again? I've never used that, so I'm not sure how it actually works. There are a few of these guys. Maybe that will focus better if it's just in that. Yeah. Anyway, villagers. Basically, their only role is to find the werewolves and eliminate them. There you go. I haven't actually used these, which may be another problem as to why it's a bit shiny, because I've never actually used these freaking cards. Alright, so Villager. Another Villager. Another Villager. Werewolf. Whoa, get too close. Werewolf. Each night, wake with the other werewolves and choose to eliminate choose a player to eliminate. So again, there's a few of these guys. Werewolf. Apprentice Seer. If the Seer is eliminated, you become the Seer, waking each night to look for werewolves. So, also, like, if you don't know this game, blue ones are generally townspeople. These ones which are red, there's a little shade of red in there, are all like bad people. He's having fun in there. Or Seer. Choose a player each night to see if that player is not a werewolf or villager. Okay. Not a werewolf or villager, so I guess you see if they're anything except those. Not a werewolf or villager. Okay. Again, I've not used that one. More werewolves. A witch. Pull this one out. Boop. There we go. Witch. Come on, you just focused on the last card. You can do it. Apparently can't. You may save or eliminate a player at night once each per game. Save or eliminate a player once each per game. Cool. That's actually a good guy card. It is blue. I actually quite like, for anyone who's watched my streams and has seen me play Town of Salem, I quite like the witch in that, where it's like control a person that's a vampire. I've already shown that one. Vampire, 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 vampire. Mason. Masons basically only roll first night, wake up to see who the other Mason is, so they can back up each other. And I'll get on to the main mechanics of how this game works in this when I go through the next like 70 cards. Old Hag. Each night choose a player to leave the village during the next day. That's better, camera. Good focusing. I think it's focusing on my hand instead of the card, which is always nice. That's a werewolf. Virginia Wolf. If I move my hand a little bit, does that help it focus on that? Not really. First night, choose a player to be afraid of you. If you are eliminated, that player is also eliminated. So that's actually a good guy card. More werewolves. Werewolf, werewolf. Damn it. Stupid lack of being able to get the card out. Also, the screen's gone black, so now I can't see. Doppelganger. The first night, choose a player. When that player is eliminated, you become that role. So, yeah. Never actually use that player. I guess it uses Again, using Town of Salem as a reference point, it's a bit like the Amnesiac. Only you have to choose a player rather than sort of having a choice. Like, I think in Town of Salem you have a choice of basically everyone who's dead. Wolf Cub. Yeah, Wolf Cub. Each night wake with the werewolves. If you are eliminated, the werewolves eliminate 2 players the following night. Starting to get through them. I know there'll be a few more multiples, so bear with us. This will probably be our longest episode, just mainly for the cards. Bodyguard. Each night choose a player who cannot be eliminated that night. I actually thought the bodyguard in this died if the person they were guarding got targeted, but maybe that's someone else. Werewolf. I'm sure I'll find it if it is in here. Pacifist. You must always vote for players to not be eliminated. Can make you seem really suspect. Villager. Lots of villagers. Hang on. Try and fast forward this a little bit. Let's see here. Villager. Werewolf. Doop. Villager. Mason we did, didn't we? Mason. Villager. Vampire. Oh, cool. I got it down a little bit. Alright, next. Next. PI. Another card I've not used. Or not seen in the games that I played anyway. 1 night per game, choose a player. You'll be told if that player is, or one of his neighbors is a werewolf. It's interesting. Could be handy. Could be quite handy. Got it. Cursed. This is actually blue and red, so you are on the village team unless you are targeted for eliminations by the werewolves, at which time you become a werewolf. Cool. So that's one more for the werewolves. Diseased. If you are eliminated by werewolves, they don't get to eliminate anyone the following night. Oops. Wolverine. Alright, Wolverine. Each night, wake with the other well, I almost said other Wolverines, but it's not. Other werewolves. If you are the closest werewolf to the target, the player hears a metallic sound. Fruit Brute. I like the I like the art for that card, actually. It's pretty funny. Each night, wake with the other werewolves. If you are the last werewolf in the game, you do not get to eliminate a player at night. Fruit Brute likes fruit. Doesn't like to eat people. Bang Base. Another variant of werewolf. First night, wake with other werewolves. While there are other werewolves in the game, do not wake with them on subsequent nights. Village Idiot. There we go, Village Idiot. You always vote for players to be eliminated. Opposite of Pacifist. Spellcaster. Each night, choose a player who must not speak the following day. Yep. Bit rude. We're almost there. Getting through it. Ugh. Alright. Sorceress. Sorceress, each night look for the seer. You're on the werewolf team. So that's that one. Tanner. You hate your job and your life. You win if you are eliminated. Right. I swear I just saw a flash go like behind me over there. I'm pretty sure it was just a cat. It was weird. Seer. All important role for the townspeople. Each night choose a player to learn if he is a villager or a werewolf. Yeah. Categories. If you heard that, I don't know if it actually came through or not. I don't know what he's meowing at, something outside. Cupid. First night, choose two players to be linked together. If one of them is eliminated, the other is eliminated as well. Prince. If you are voted to be eliminated, your role is revealed and you stay. Interesting. Interesting. I have looked at these cards when I got the game, but not for a long time because I have no need to, but I've forgotten half of these roles. Hunter. If you are eliminated, you must immediately eliminate another player, which you basically do by pointing at them. I think you technically get 3 seconds to do so. Ah, cat. What are you doing? Hey? You're being a pest. Troublemaker. One night per game, stir up trouble by calling for players to be eliminated the following day. Tough guy. If the werewolves attempt to eliminate you, you are not eliminated until the following night. You just slowly bleed to death, I guess. I won't even pull this one out. It's just a moderator card. I mean, it's in the game, but you give that to whoever is your moderator, I guess. What is he doing? Minion. You know who the werewolves are, but you do not wake up with them at night. Got a mare. Your vote counts twice. I'm not sure if you have to reveal for that to take effect, because, you know, Town of Salem, you have to like say, yo, I'm the mayor, before your vote can count twice. I'm pretty sure. Lycan. You are a villager but appear to the seer as a werewolf. Well, that's not very good for you, is it? Why do you appear as a werewolf? You're a freaking vampire, aren't you? Well, sort of vampire. Lycans? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm very bad with my lone wolf. Each night, wake with the other werewolves. You only win if you are the last player in the game. Actually, what, Lycans are a mix of both, aren't they? The werewolves and vampires. I don't know. Hoodlum. Choose 2 players on the first night to win. They must be eliminated and you must stay... Oh, you must still... They must be eliminated and you must still be in the game at the end of the game. Oh, choose 2 players... I've read that wrong. Choose 2 players on the first night to win. They must be eliminated and you must still be in the game at the end of the game. Interesting. Whoop, crash. Nearly there, we've got like 6 to go. Which I'm glad for, because leaning forward to do this is hurting. Ghost. First night you are eliminated, communicate to the players with single letters each day. Okay. Interesting. Alright, priest. 1 night per game, choose a player to be protected. That player may not be eliminated at night. Drunk. You are a villager until the 3rd night, when you sober up and learn your real role. Okay. Cool. And we've got 3 left. Look, I mean, the camera's not really showing them anyway, so... Dire Wolf isn't really showing the writing very well. Each night, wake with the other werewolves. The first night, choose a player to be your companion. If you are eliminated, if that player is eliminated. Kinda sucks. Big Bad Wolf. Big Bad Wolf. Big Bad Wolf. Each night, wake with the other werewolves. If you are still in the game, the werewolves may eliminate 2 adjacent players. And last one is Cult Leader. Each night, choose a player to join your cult. If all players are in your cult, you win. So that is it for the cards. So now to go over the game itself. So You need a moderator to run this game because you have so many roles that it goes step by step, really. So if you only got, so you need one more than, so if you wanted to do a 5-player game, you're going to need 6 people. Yeah. So give everyone a role. There is a book, or I think the rule book gives some guides as to what cards to maybe use depending on how many players you have. But ultimately, you can do it in any way you want. You could mix it up however you want. There's certainly enough cards in there that you could, maybe, you could do it any way you want, really. Like you'd just do a pure villagers versus werewolves, and the villagers have to try and get the werewolves during the day. But yeah, so once everyone's got a role, you do your usual thing that is in social deduction games where everyone closes their eyes, you have your werewolves open your eyes, and you write down on the pad who the werewolves are. If you have a seer for the town, then you'll have them open their eyes and write down who they are. If you have a sorcerer, then again they'll open their eyes and you write down who they are, close their eyes, so on and so forth. You basically go through all the cards that you've given out until you've got down whose everyone's role is. You then do a day phase, so basically it'll be day 1. The town can choose to lynch someone, which is basically done by someone nominating a person to lynch. It has to be seconded by someone else. They then basically get a couple of minutes. It's up to whoever's set it up to designate how long they've got. But say they have a minute. They have a minute to basically say why they've nominated this person, go through all that sort of stuff. Then the accused basically has a minute to say why they're innocent, which may include them saying, hey, I'm a villager, or hey, I'm a seer, or hey, I'm this or that. Which then goes back to the person who's accused them, and they'll say whether or not they want to push it through to a vote or not. If they do, then you vote. Majority rules. If majority votes to lynch the person, then they're dead. They reveal their role, and they're then dead. Depending on the number of people, you may choose to allow the town to have multiple lynchings in a day. So if you have the whole 75 people, you may well decide that, hey, to get through this as quickly as possible, we may have 2 or 3 lynchings during a day, and you may let the werewolves kill 2 or 3 people at night. But we'll say for this that there was just the 1 lynching. Then you go to your night phase. All the villagers close their eyes, all the werewolves open their eyes. They pick someone who they wish to kill. Then basically close their eyes. You go back to your day phase. That person's dead, assuming that they weren't protected or aren't like the tough guy where they die the following night, or any of those sort of things that might let them live longer. So then you go back to your day phase and do that whole thing again. And you basically keep doing that until one side or the other has won. So it basically ends when either werewolves have majority or all the werewolves are dead. So yeah, if the town lynches all the werewolves, then town wins. They don't have to get the sorcerer, I don't think, because the sorcerer can't kill anyone. So if you had a sorcerer in the game, I think as soon as the werewolves are dead, then she's just, she's sort of obsolete, because she can't, she can vote to lynch people, I guess, so you could keep going, but the game's really kind of over as soon as the werewolves are dead. That's pretty much about it. So yeah, I mean, I think, like, if this, I wouldn't recommend this as a first game to go to if you're new to, like, social deductions, just because of the pure number of rolls there are. Or if you do this one first, I would recommend keeping it simple and potentially just going with, like, a small group of people. If you've played other games like Secret Hitler, and other games along those sorts of lines, then sure, like, have a crack at this. It's definitely a lot of fun. As I said, it's like a bit of a mind boggle, especially with, like, a lot of people trying to keep track of everything that goes on. So yeah, that can definitely be interesting. But yeah, Ultimate Werewolf. Trying to think. I think it was about, I actually got it online, so I didn't get it from my local game shop like I do with most of my other games, but I think it was about $25, $30, I think. I can't remember. I've had it a while, so let me bring it up and have a look. This is what you use Google for. Alright, so I've got, yeah, basically the most expensive one here is $31.99. Most of them appear to be about the $25 mark. So, yeah. That is about how much it is, or your equivalent at whatever game shop you use or online. You might be able to get it for cheaper, or it might be more expensive. But yeah, should be about that $25 to $30 mark by the looks of what I'm seeing here. There are some other quicker editions of this, which, crap, rulebook's on the bottom now. Is it on the back? No. Hang on. Give me a sec. Got it. Alright, so not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Here we go. Alright, so there are a few other more expansions for Ultimate Werewolf. So there's like there's classic movie monsters, night terrors, urban legends, and there's also artifacts apparently. There is also One Night Ultimate Werewolf, which I basically think, from what I know of that, the game only lasts one night, but I don't know how that really works. You also have One Night Ultimate Werewolf Daybreak, which I don't know anything about. But yeah, so there's a couple of other versions or expansions to this game that you can get. Anyway, that's it. There it is again. So Ultimate Werewolf. That is it. So leave comments below. Tell us about your Ultimate Werewolf experience if you have one. And yeah, anything else that you want to talk about, you can leave a comment below. Otherwise, that's it for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.